Well, hi guys, this is Sandy Wilson, and I'm here with the Harlan Boys and Girls Club, or the Kaywood Ledford Boys and Girls Club from Harlan. I'm never quite sure what the title is. And today is Friday, June the 19th. June the 19th is called Juneteenth. It is a historical day, and maybe it's been mentioned, especially it's appropriate since we're studying Africa this week. Juneteenth was the day that Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, abolishing slavery. So it is a huge celebration within the African American world, and we need to know that holiday and we need to recognize it along with everything else that's going on right now. But so Juneteenth or June the 19th. It's also my sister's birthday, who was born in Africa. Talked to her this morning. But today we're going to do a project, and I started off with Zoom, waiting for a couple of my middle school folks to show up, and nobody did. So I'm going to do it as a Zoom recording, and then you can watch it. They'll convert it to YouTube, and you'll get to see it that way, I hope. But what we're going to do today is involving something called Kente cloth. And these are some samples, and you have them in your bag of Kente cloth, but yours don't quite look like this. I'm going to hold these up so you can see it a little bit better. They're beautiful African fabrics. Actually, they're not African fabrics. They're beautiful fabrics with African designs. I actually bought them at Hobby Lobby when I was there in Knoxville last week. Here's another one, okay? And here's another one. Kente cloth came originally from the western coast of Africa, and I'll put them together. You can see how beautiful they are. Kente cloth came originally from the western coast of Africa, and it was a fabric that was made for royalty. It has very definite designs in it, and the designs mean things. I don't really know what they mean. I have to research this stuff. All I knew was it was Kente cloth, okay? But it originated in the western coast of Africa, where the country of Ghana is. And that was the area that, rather ironic, we're doing this today, that the slave traders would come and they would take African people for slaves. Horrendous part of our history. But anyway, the kings there would have this fabric presented to them by their weavers. And if they liked the weave, they would say, that is my royal fabric. And then nobody else could have it. Only the royal people, only the kings and his family could have it. However, if he said, oh, I don't really like that one too much, then it was released for anybody else to buy the fabric or to have the fabric or to trade for the fabric. And the colors mean different things. Let me see if I can bring up one of our screens where we have other things here. Let me see if I got this. You know me, I'm a little bit slow on this kind of stuff here. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. This is it. Here we go. So let's see here. If I want to share this. Oh, here we go. All right, so I'm going to show you the Kente cloth colors. So right here they are. If you look at this, it talks about that the gold, and this one in particular had a lot of gold in it, okay? And like the gold means royalty. You can understand that because it was a symbol of wealth, was having gold. Means royalty, wealth, or spiritual purity. If you have yellow in it, I don't know if any of these really have much yellow. There's some other colors of gold. Royalty, wealth, holy, and precious, because gold and yellow are the same. White, purity, blue, peace, and harmony. You know, we think about blue with peace, but we don't necessarily think about love with blue. We think about red. Green is harvest. You know, most colors, most African flags have green in it because of the land of Africa, and have red because of the blood and the fighting for their land. Okay, strong political. Maroon is Mother Earth. Purple is the earth. Those are unusual colors for us. That's not how we usually think of them. And black is spirits of the ancestors in maturation, sort of like a mourning kind of color. That's how we look at it with that. Well, anyway, so those are some of the significances of the colors, all right, within that. Now here, let's look at some different images of Kente cloth. You can see how beautiful they are. And this is just, I just Googled it. This is like right here, it says Ghana facts, history, culture, religion. And that's what was brought up when I did Kente. And you can see here at this picture, all the beautiful colors that people are dressed up in. This looks like some kind of a meeting. And it's the title of this picture is Talking Fabric, Hidden Symbolism of the Kente Cloth. Now, Kente cloth itself is a thicker cloth. These are fine cotton cloths that I have in my hands, but Kente cloth was thicker. What we have here are the, let me see if I can get this over here. What we have here are just the colors, but not the weave of the fabric, okay? So I'm gonna show you a map of Africa right now. You can look at this. We all know what Africa looks like. I think we can identify it, but there are so many countries, 54 in all. Doubtful that we could identify every country. I was born there, and I don't think I could. South Africa, of course, is easiest at the bottom. Zimbabwe is where I was born, right there. And it was Rhodesia, but it changed names when they changed governments, okay? But the Kente cloth comes from this area of the world. If you watched the video the other day with my sister, she is from, my sister lived right up here. I hate when that keeps popping up there. She lived there in Sierra Leone. Her friend that was with her was from Cote d'Ivoire, which is the Ivory Coast right there, Cote d'Ivoire, all right? And then here is, I can't get this to disappear, here is Ghana. And Ghana is where the home of Kente cloth is. So this whole area, if I showed you a world map, it's the closest port, these ports right here, to America on Africa. So this is part of this history celebrating Juneteenth today, okay, of the slaves that were taken, and we need to honor them by remembering this day. All right, well, we're going to come back to me here, okay? So can I do this? And here we are. And I want to stop that share. And there I am. I'm back again. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to make a hot pad. I had a really good idea about making a little basket with these and using this as the base. And if you want to do this, that's perfectly fine. What you will have to do is, instead of doing what I'm going to show you how to do, is you would just start it there and you would wind it all the way around, okay? And just hold on. It might be a good idea to put something around it, you know, after you get done, to keep it, like another bowl or something. But I think you can do it. But my only concern is that in this little video, it'll be harder to do this and much easier to do a hot pad. So that's how we're going to start today. We're going to do a hot pad. And this is the beginning of it right here, okay? I'm going to show you how I started, and then I'm going to explain to you exactly how we're going to proceed with it. So what you need to have is, first of all, a glue stick, all right? And we need to have some school glue, all right, or Elmer's glue, this white stuff right here. I would recommend, and I have mine in a bowl so it won't get my desk wet, okay? This is a wet washcloth, because you know what glue is like? You're going to need a wet washcloth, all right? Then you need to get all your little strips right here, okay? Yours are already cut. I cut them for you. And you need to get also, you should have a cord like this. This is your cord, the laundry cord, okay, that you're going to start off making it with, okay? And it's just clothesline. It's 100% cotton cord, okay? I would also recommend that you grab a pair of scissors and have them handy, and that you also get a pin, all right? Pins are really good. Just one pin is all you need. This is just because I sew in mine are a magnetic thing, okay? If you want to do this again, I bought this. This is the laundry cord, the cotton clothesline, and I just bought it at Ace Hardware. You could buy it at Big Lots. You could buy it anywhere you went to, anywhere they have Walmart, somewhere like that. Okay, cloth, you can buy anywhere you want. I just wanted to get some special Kente cloth for today's project. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to start this, all right? And what I would recommend that you do is, okay, if you have a raw end, it's probably frayed a little bit, cut it off and get a little bit smoother. I'm going to start with this piece of green right here, okay? And this is where you're going to use this glue. You're going to take this glue off, and you're going to, just on the back side of one end of it, all right, put some of this school glue. And what that does is it makes it easy to start the beginning. I'm going to take my piece of Kente cloth, and I'm going to put it right like this, okay? And I'm going to fold over that, and that will keep that from unraveling. I'd probably go with an inch. I only went with about ½ inch. I'm going to go with an inch and bring it down even further, okay? And you're going to go like this. And so there, now I have it, okay? Okay, and that's my ending right there. So the next thing I'm going to do is, or the beginning, not the ending. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put glue, all right? I should have made this a little bit, maybe if I, oh, can't do that. What can I do that you can see me a little bit better? We're going to make a little bit of noise. I'm going to take these shells out here. Okay, all right, here we go. Ta-da! Will that work a little bit better? Can you see me? Whoa, maybe not. Maybe I'm going to have to put that on some books. There we go. There we go. Can you see that a little bit better now? Maybe not. There we go. So I'm going to have to get one more book. Time out, guys. We're going to get one more book to put this on, okay? Hold on. Don't go anywhere. You'll see me in the background. I'm going to get some books or some magazines. There we go. All right. So this is now my workstation. All right. I don't know if you can see that better or not. Right there. Need some more. I forgot the books. That's why. Ta-da! There we go. I thought something's not quite right. Something's not quite right. There we go. I've got it now. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is, all right, I'm going to take my cloth right here. I'm going to put some glue all along, just one thing of glue, all along that back side. Do you see what I'm doing? Okay, all along the very end. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to rub that glue into that cloth. You don't have to rub it, just so it's flattens and it's not going to drip on your mom's floor. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're just going to wind that piece that has the glue at a diagonal. All right, so little by little we cover that cloth and that glue will hold it in. Okay, there we go. And the glue will hold it in place. See what I'm doing? Okay, I'm just winding at a diagonal. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to cut this down here because this is my experiment here. Okay, so your cloth, it just goes right around. And if you just let that twist in your hands, okay, it's easy to go. You just twist it at a diagonal, just like that. All right, hey guys, we're doing it. We're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it. You probably need to watch this video once and then watch it again with me, all right, doing it yourself, because you have to get the instructions one time through. Okay, now look. So there is my first Kente braid right there. So I took the clothesline, a piece of Kente cloth, put glue on the back, started it right there. Okay, now, so the next thing we're going to do is, this is the easiest way to do it in my opinion, is get a piece of plastic, a Cool Whip label or something like that, okay? And then what I did was I just put a big hunk of glue. I glue up a little bit more. There we go. All right, I put a big wad of glue, like a big circle right there to help me get started. Okay, and then what I did was, this was my end, and that's my center, okay? And so all I did was I put it in the center, and I just wound it all around it, okay? I just wound and wound and wound. Feel your tongue right, it helps. Okay, and wound. Oh my gosh, all right, so this is where I am right now with that first piece, okay? It's gonna be a Hotpad, or if you wanna make it little, it could be a coaster. I think I'd go for the Hotpad. Your mom would appreciate it, enjoy it, okay? So next thing you're gonna do is, oh look, I'm out of cloth, but I still have clothesline. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna take a piece of Kente cloth, one more piece of it, and I'm going to take a little bit of school glue, because this is what we're gonna link them together with, like sewing with glue. You're going to put it about just a little glob, about 1 inch at the end. I just sort of go like that. It gets into the glue. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap these 2 edges. Okay, and there we go. You know what I'm going to do next? Put more glue on. Okay, so here we are right here. I'm going to put my glue on. Here it goes. Remember I told you we make that stripe with glue? All right. And I just go just like that. It's the easiest way to do it in my book. Okay, please do not do this on your mother's floor. Please do this on a kitchen table, or if you have a workstation, or get a giant cookie sheet, or newspaper is always good. Something along those lines, because look, can you tell this is a little bit messy? That messy is good, I like messy. Okay, so here we go. So now I'm gonna make more. So here we go. I'm gonna make more cloth, more cloth, more cloth. Oh, I forgot something. See this piece right here? See how it came uncoiled? You know why? Because I forgot to do something. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to take a pin and put a pin in it. And what that pin does, or if you have a clothespin, something like that, keeps it from unraveling. All right, so here, I'm going to make some more braid for myself. Going around, going around. You just want to do it nice and tight. By the time you get this done, you're going to have glue all over you. Just don't get glue all over your mom's dining room table, her carpet, her chair, anything like that. I'm sitting at my desk doing this, okay? As you can tell. So we just keep going. All right, so now I've got more cloth here. Okay, got more cloth. I'm winding it around. I'm doing it at an angle because the angle is what covers the cloth. Otherwise, you'd have one monstrosity of something right there, okay? Africans make beautiful work with fabric. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so now I've got this. I'm gonna go a little bit further. Okay, and remember I've got a base. I'm gonna take my pin out. All right, pin out. And I've got this beautiful base. So there we go. All right, now I'm going to stop here because this is how much rope I had cut so I could do a sample for you, okay? So what you would have to do now is you would have to let that, all right, dry. And you might want to even put a little bit more glue on the base, like put a crosswise thing, all right? Just, it's like a star with glue. See it? Boom. All right. And just like sort of let that soak into the fabric. Fabric soaks up glue and it will be wonderful. Okay, here we go. All right. So, and that will, of course, that will dry clear. So you have so far a little tiny mat, right? A teeny little mat. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep going here. You're going to keep going and you're going to keep going until you have a large one. All right. So let me see if I can put this on pause just for a second and I'll be right. Okay, guys, I'm back and I've been working on mine. All right. You see how much I've gotten done? All right. Now, what I did at the very end was I stopped because I thought, well, it's going to take a lot longer than I had imagined. So anyway, this is the end of mine and there's a little bit of rope right there. And I just cut it there, made sure I had enough fabric to wind around that. See, I'm going to wind around it. I'm going to bring it over to here. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pin right there to keep it in place while it dries. And so, ta-da! Put it through a couple of those layers and that will hold it in place. So here we go. I don't really want to pick it up, but maybe I can. Let me see. The nice thing about plastic, it'll peel right off. Oh, I did. I got it up. Okay, so there we have. Isn't that a beautiful winding of a rope? All right, with, what was that fabric? Kente cloth. All right, so I quit. I knew I was taking too long and I didn't want to be too long away from you here. That I had the recording on pause. I don't know why I worried about that. But now what you have here is you have, and some spots like that spot right there looks a little bit loose. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on it right there to keep it intact. And I think the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down. I'm going to pull my pin out and I'm going to bring that one in a little bit tighter. It has to be tight. And there we go. All right. So that's what I did. So right there you have it. That is my final product. Now, that took 2 yards of rope. Yep, it took 2 yards. Whoop, where's that little tiny piece I started to be one? Here it is. Okay, so I only had the same amount of stuff that you had, right? So if I had taken this, it would make it probably 2 rounds a little bit bigger. What you can do, you can stop at this size and you can use it as a coaster so that your drink wouldn't sit on your mom's table or your mom's coffee table, your dad's coffee table, your grandmother's, whatever. Or you can keep going and you can make a hot pad out of that. Up to you totally. Or if you're really brave, you could take the little bowl and put glue on this and go, you see that would cover that bowl right there. And you would come up the sides of it just like that. So we're going to talk about mistakes. Make all your rope first. Do that, all right, and have it, well, no, you don't want to have it all there because then the glue would be a little bit dry. You want it sticky. You can't make it all over at first. Just going to have a lot of patience. Materials, you're going to need to have glue, Elmer's glue. You're going to need to have a glue stick, and you're going to need to have strips of fabric that are about 3/4 of an inch in width, okay, because that wraps them very, very easily. You want to have something that you're going to be working against, like a cork lid or a plastic lid, something like that. A couple of straight pins, if you have those, or a needle will work, and a cloth to wipe off your hands because they get really, really sticky. And I think that's all the materials that we need to have. So I love doing crafts. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Remember, we made it with Kente fabric, the fabric from West Coast of Africa. We used some laundry line. Right there it is. Okay, just pick that up at the East Hardware store down the block from me. And you just combine them and you can do all kinds of wonderful things. So I hope you enjoyed it, and that's our project for today. Next week, guys, we're going to be hitting some Spanish and learn a little bit of Spanish food and a Spanish craft. Hope you have a great, great weekend. All right. Adios, amigos. And as I told you earlier, if you remember, the way that you say thank you in the tribal language I learned as a child, Majorita, for listening to me. All right. Take care, guys. Talk to you later. Okay. Bye. I want to stop my recording. There we go.